Right, welcome. This is a game that I'm currently working on, and it's quite close to release, actually. What is it? Well, if you've been reading the books or listening to the podcast, you'll know that I've created this thing called the Exodus universe. And the Exodus universe is humanity's struggle in the future after leaving Earth. And with the books Broken Ceasefire and Return Fire, they're set when the colonies are established, whereas the series Echoes of Betrayal is before that time period. So it's kind of like a prequel series to the books. And likewise, Echoes of Betrayal is very close to finishing. I've almost finished that story. I've got about 8 to 10,000 words left to. In fact, let me put myself. Am I on there? So yeah, I've got about 10,000 words left in that particular story, and if I minimise that, there I am. I can see myself now. The Echoes of Betrayal sets the history with one particular faction called the Royalists in this universe. And if you follow that story, you'll find out what the Star of Governance is, the purpose of it, and the implications that will have in later books. So in between doing the stories, Broken Ceasefire, Return Fire, and Echoes of Betrayal, I've always wanted to do a video game as well. So that's where Rrobolx has come into it. Now, I know Rrobolx is or has been primarily aimed at a younger age group, but Rrobolx they want more mature games on the platform because the audience has matured, and this is where Accet comes into it. Now, if you've read the books, if you're familiar with the stories, then you'll know that Accet is quite a key system in the stories that I tell with this particular universe. I've been very much inspired by games such as Eve, X, and more importantly for me, Elite Dangerous. I grew up on the original Elite from 1984, and I've always wanted my own version of that. And Elite has also inspired me with some of the stories that I tell, some of the locations, the combat scenarios. The Artrons are Elite inspired, not directly Elite. You wouldn't look at an Artron and think Thargoid. They're two different things, but the inspiration is there. And also the stories with Echoes of Betrayal, I've tried to layer in science with the story. Nothing too heavy, but the Star of Governance is based in science. So by that I mean the process of how it's made and its abilities are theoretically possible. We haven't got quantum computers yet, but we're not far off that. And what we have got are computers that are using actual brain cells to manipulate things on screen and learn. It's a really interesting subject once you get into it with what science is doing. So that's kind of like the background of the universe. But I've been inspired, as I say, by Elite as a game. So I've been working really hard over the last couple of months to create some games in Rrobolx. I started off with Death's Canyon, which is a endless runner and is almost available for release. But what I thought I'd do tonight is just go through Accet and give you a demo of what the game is and what I have planned for it. So when you come up to, see if I can make this bigger, I don't want to make it too big. Oh well, okay. There we go. So the idea with Accet is that you'll start off at Accet Station, and Accet Station is the jewel in the crown of the universe. So we come down to map, and again, this isn't the final map, so some of these will disappear and some of them will be changed as well. Now there is a system called test system, which is here, and the idea for test system is I'd like to open the opportunity of naming test system. So if you're watching this video and you want to get involved directly, then give us a name. We'll be running a competition for Name That Station. So that's what we've got coming up. So you start off at Accet, which is here where the X is, and if you're familiar with Broken Ceasefire, you'll realise that XJ5 is key to the story. That's where the Archtron technology is found, and then Prycon goes to Terminus and then Angerona before finally arriving at Primus Sigma and Rakshan, where the events on Rakshan unfold. So the map's been designed around the stories, and if we come up here we have Andorra and a couple of Andorra systems as well. Andorra will feature a bit more into the games and the books as they become available. So I'll just let that disappear. Then over here we have Arwen Prime and Frasso. Arwen Prime is very fundamental to the Echoes of Betrayal series. And then also we've got Sylvanus, Oblar, and Frasso I mentioned, Terminus, and Accet down here. Accet in Echoes of Betrayal, again, is the core system, and I'm building up the story for the final conflict on that planet. So where does this game fit into the timeline? It's a little bit of a mixed match. There's some various timeline cross references. It's its own product, it's standalone, but it gives you the opportunity as a player to visit these systems and locations that I mentioned in the book. So ships, you start off with the Squire, which is this one here. That's your very first ship. These figures, I mean, I own them because I'm testing the system. So the idea with the Squire is that is your very basic ship to start off with. You won't be able to modify it. You just you're given it, and then the door is open to you as to what you do within the universe, whether or not you want to go off and explore, trade, a little bit of combat. It's not the world's best craft, as you can imagine, but it's free. So what more do you want? Then the Pathfinder is for exploration, which will become a feature in the game itself as I develop more of the content for it. But it will also have a use. So if we go back to the map, then some of these far-reaching stations, as I say, this isn't fully finished yet. This isn't a finalized design, but the idea of the Pathfinder, it will allow you to get to these fringe stations with well, just allow you to get there. And why would you want to get to a fringe station like Arwen Prime or Outpost 1? That's because they will develop some quite lucrative items in their inventory which you can buy and then bring back to Primus Sigma and trade for a higher profit. The catch is there'll only be small amounts, small quantities of those products, and you've only got a cargo hold of 40 litres, 200 litres. Again, these figures will be adjusted accordingly. The idea with the Pathfinder, though, is that you'll be able to explore the galaxy as it becomes available. The Kestrel is your fighter class ship. So if you want to go out and do some combat, the Kestrel will excel at combat. And the Silver Talon is for your cargo. So if you want to become just a trader like you can in Elite and Eve and all the top-notch space sims, that's your option there. The Kestrel has an adversary, and I'll be able to show that to you shortly, and that is the Viper. The reason why I went for Kestrel and Viper is because Kestrels do generally, they hunt snakes and things in the wild. So I thought, name the enemy ship, the adversary, the big competition to the Kestrel as the Viper. Just kind of seems fitting. So if we go back, we have, there's me, Trillicus. Trillicus is my gamer tag for everything as well. So if you see a Trillicus on Xbox, PlayStation or Nintendo, it's me. So yeah, the idea is the Viper and the Kestrel will be the combat ships. So if we just launch for a second here, I can run through things. So we're in the Pathfinder, that's a Viper. There it goes again. And we can jump. So we have the range, that's our range, and our shields. And with this being generally mobile focused, a lot of the controls are quite simple to use. So you just simply go weapons, and then you'll see that they align and they're up. So the idea of the Viper at the moment is it's actually pursuing us. You've got full controls, so you can roll, climb, a little bit of yaw. So there goes the Viper. So for combat, you don't have to worry too much. Here it comes. It looks good. The combat is kind of automated, and the reason for that is this is primarily for mobile. So there we go, we're firing our lasers automatically. And the reason for that, as I say, is to keep the user experience good for mobile. Mobile is the ideal audience here, although I will be putting in controls for Xbox and PlayStation because I don't mind jumping on to my own Xbox and actually give this a go. I'd love to see this on the TV, a bigger screen. So because we killed that Viper, another one will spawn shortly and come and chase us. With the build state at the moment, I'm building out the combat. That's why this is a little bit twitchy. So we've got the Viper. Let's see if we can shoot the Viper down. Here we go. It might seem a little bit simplistic at the moment. That's the intention, because obviously building for mobile first, then things have to be a little bit simpler because you've got to use your thumbs and hand-eye and thumb coordination. I don't know about you, but mine's not what it used to be. So that's the idea behind that. It's just simple design, and the intention is, although it's a simple design, there's plenty of game loops in there for you to learn and figure out. Trading is one of them, and there's a living economy. And what do I mean by a living economy? Well, if you find yourself with a good trading route and you think you're going to be able to exploit the game, well, think again. The game will learn that people are exploiting this particular trade route, and it will adjust accordingly. So you'll have to find another trade route. Likewise, for the alien combat, there is alien combat coming up. Not in this version at the moment, but I'm almost there. The Artron threat is real, and so this is docking. You slow down, and then you just dock automatically. The reason why you dock automatically is I found with Elite, it can be one of those things that you'll either enjoy or get incredibly frustrated with and quit And I don't want the frustration. I want people to be able to enjoy this game and come back. There's no point in making something like this if people aren't going to play it. And that's the whole idea behind having simple, relatively easy to use systems and game mechanics, because bearing in mind, again, this is on mobile, if people aren't going to enjoy it and come back. So that's the whole point of that. So with the trade, the green are essentially what this station excels at. This is what you'll be buying on the cheap, and then you've got to find another station somewhere else where you can make a profit. When it's finished, as you buy, it will actually, the amount that you buy will stay there. I'm looking at having an actual inventory list which allows you to see what's in stock and stuff. So that's trading. Inventory is what we've got. So we've got litres. I've done it in litres as opposed to tonnage, because I was thinking when you go and buy a car or commercial vehicle up until a lorry, everything's done in litres. The boot space is litres, and I thought it'd be a nice twist on something that we all know, but it makes it a little bit more unique to the universe that we're in. So just see if there's any questions. No questions. New views, that's fine. So yeah, the shipyard is obviously going to be where you can buy things. So we've got the Viper here, although it shouldn't be there, but it is. So you can buy the Viper. That's the ship that we've been zapping. Pathfinder and the Kestrel, Silver Talon. So yeah, you can see that it's very evenly matched between the two. The idea behind the Viper is it is a bigger ship to the Kestrel, and that's why it's got a larger cargo capacity and slightly longer range. To say, none of these figures are finalized yet, but you'll be able to buy any of those ships and have a good time. So that's in there. News coming soon. Now this tab will be for things that are happening in game. So if there is a threat to a station, you'll get that latest news there. The threat mechanism that I'm wiring in hopefully will give it a sense of a living universe, because when a system comes under attack, you as a player will have the opportunity to go and defend that station. And if you don't defend that station, then there's a high probability that it will be taken over by the enemy of the station, and you won't be able to use it. So if it's one of those that you rely on for a good trading destination, then you're going to have to protect it. Missions, this is going to be where a station has been overrun. Nobody went to its aid while it was under attack. So in the missions tab, you'll be able to select it and fly with your friends to that station to liberate it, as well as other missions as well. I'm thinking of having some passenger missions, so it's not just combat or trade. And with the universe, when it's made, there's going to be things out there for you to discover, not just stars and planets, but actual nuggets of information that you can bring back to the station and trade. Lobby, I'm on the fence with the lobby at the moment. The idea behind the lobby was is for you to be able to join your mates online in a lobby, have a chat, play some games, and then jump back into your ships for a mission. So that's a work in progress. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. So we've got launch. So yep, as I say, all of this is made with mobile in mind. So trade, this is something that I'd like to do, because you can't see what you've got in stock on your ship. So I would like to add another little column so you can see what you've got in stock, because for me that just makes sense. It was clothing. Was it clothing? Yeah, so we can sell that. Gone. Made a little bit of a loss, but don't worry about it. So yeah, this is Accet, and I hope to be launching it in the near future. Let me shut that down. It's there somewhere. There it is. So yeah, this has just been a demo of what I'm working on at the moment, as well as the books. I will be having an interview with a very successful author going on here very soon. We done the interview yesterday. Sean is a really great guy. He's written 46 books, a colossal amount of writing and talent, and they'll be going out very soon. Podcast will be ready on Friday. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. Let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to Accet on Rrobolx? If you are, then tell me what aspects you'll be looking forward to playing. Will it be the space combat or the trading? Let me know. Oh, another thing that you'll be able to do is colonize the universe as well. So my idea is that you'll buy from Xander, because Xander is the industrial world in the universe, a beacon. So it'll be a satellite beacon that you take with you when you go exploring. When you get to where you want to be, you can release the beacon, and then over a period of time, a space station will be shipped that you control. So you'll be able to set the economy, wondering whether or not about the prices, but you'll be able to definitely set the economy, and then you've got to maintain it, and that will give you a base in the uncharted frontier. So there you go. That was it for now. Let me know what you think. Love to know what you think of the game, the books, and everything else. Look after yourselves. I'll be back at some point with another dev diary and update. If you are in Berkhamsted at all in September, I will be going to Berkhamsted Comic Con as well. So I hope to see some of you there, and I'll be able to demonstrate some of these games to you in person, as well as say we'll give you a signed copy of the book as well. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.